In 3, 2, 1, crescendo.
Hits qualification match 26 and 29-10, the first to the center line. That's one note for them. Miso Mechanics picking up the notes nearby. Blue Alliance sends 4488 Shockwave to the center line, but they do not get that last note off before the bell sounds. 31-24 in favor of red. One extra note scored in the autonomous period. 94-30 C-Tech Robotics, rookies from Oregon, first with a note into the Blue Alliance speaker in the teleoperated period. Then they aim for the amp, but can't connect, have to shake that note free, then pick it up and try again. Meanwhile, their alliance partners Shockwave going to trade places with them as C-Tech goes for the speaker. Shockwave works on the amp, and that one goes in. Yeah. 4488 looking for another note now as the Blue Alliance tries to close the gap. 35-27 in favor of red as we hit a minute and a half, 90 seconds to play. 90-23, the future Martians lined up in front of the red speaker, and the denizens of the red planet now going to take that note over to the red amp and put one red point on the red scoreboard. 42-31 now, an 11-point lead for our Red Alliance as their speaker is amplified, and the Martians come back in with another note up and in. 5 more Red Alliance points. Blue Alliance, 2 points, courtesy of 37-12, the Robo-Cats. Now C-Tech and Shockwave there as well. Shockwave going to make their way over to the amp instead and try to participate in the Blue Alliance scoring effort in that way. Red Alliance, though, continues to lead, and they have secured the Melody ranking point. Blue Alliance with the amplified speaker going to try to close the gap, but nobody nearby. 4488 goes one up and in, so that's 5 points on the board for Blue, but that's all they get out of that amplification, and the Blue Alliance still needing 4 points to pick up the Melody ranking point. Jack in the Bot, 29-10, back up and in with that long-range shot. 90-23 with the short-range layup. That one's good. And Robots now going to start making their way towards the stage as the endgame period sounds. Here's Jack in the Bot. Their mythical climber appears to be attached. 90-23's never had a problem with that. They go up. 29-10 off the ground. C-Tech in the air for Blue. And 2 more Blue Alliance robots stage right that I cannot quite tell their status from my vantage point. We'll clean it all up. Our referees will get us our scores, and we'll get you your results in just a moment. Scores are confirmed. It's the Red Alliance who take home qualification match 26. 90-62, 3 ranking points for the Red Alliance, 1 ranking point for the Blue. As we take a look at that score, and as we take a look at Josh Klar, here to tell us a little bit about what he saw in that match. Josh, what are you talking about?
Well, you don't actually have to look at me. What I really want to look at is the first 15 seconds of the match, and we'll actually look at 7 seconds into it. But the pre-programmed autonomous instructions every year are a blast to watch, see what these teams come up with. They have to program these to run completely on their own, minus that 1 year. That's fine. The Red Alliance in this one, I love their strategy of looping around. So we're going to see in our highlight when we run this, we'll have a note here, and there's actually one somewhere over here that you can't really see. They're all sitting on the ground in the autonomous. So when we roll this highlight, we'll see potentially... No, we will not. That's okay. We can visualize, if we will, in our minds, how quickly they cleaned up the field. They had the preloaded notes in that robot. They were ready to go. And we saw kind of a flurry of notes. The thing that caught my eye was all 3 of them landing at once. Those notes are worth 5 points apiece in that upper speaker in the autonomous period. But then quickly going back through and making sure, even if they weren't able to pick up the notes, because a couple of them stayed on the ground, but a few got loaded into robots, that they were sitting right on top of those notes when the drivers took control. They're ready for those quick cycles we've talked about. They don't have to wait. They know that even if they can't score them in auto, those first 5 or 6 seconds of driver controlled are crucial, and the Red Alliance absolutely pounced on that.
Yeah, it's all that timing, all those cycles that we've talked about that we're continuing to see play out. Speaking of playing out, Evan, let's meet our teams.
Thank you, Josh and Brad.